Hey YouTube, it's Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here with another gear review today. We're going to be taking a look at this Glarry acoustic guitar. This is a model number GL101 round back acoustic guitar. It's kind of sorta like an Ovation type style guitar, and this is just 100% acoustic. There's no electronics in it. And Glarry, if you don't know, are makers of extremely affordable guitars. Like, it's crazy how cheap these guitars are. They have guitars on their website for like $79, and it's just crazy. I selected this one because, well, for one, I didn't have an acoustic guitar anymore, and I kind of needed one, as well as I just sort of thought the round back was cool. I used to have an Ovation a long time ago, and that's sort of what attracted me to this one. Just sort of the Ovation type look to the guitar. And supposedly it's a solid spruce top and has the round synthetic back on it, just like an Ovation. It is 100% acoustic though, there's no electronics in here. What I could say about the guitar, first impressions, I haven't used it a whole lot yet, but we're gonna make a song with it today so we can hear how it sounds. But right out of the box, once I opened it up and played it, one of the things I noticed is it's pretty loud. I think that has to do with the synthetic back on the guitar. I mean, for an acoustic, it's not like really blaringly loud like an electric, but it is on the louder side for an acoustic guitar. A little bit out of tune right now, I need to tune it. A couple other things I noticed is the neck it's kind of fat, but that doesn't bother me. I actually kind of like that. It gives me almost like a sense of security that I feel like that it's sturdy, given that the neck is so fat on it. Another thing that I would like to say is this guitar is obviously handmade. You can tell just by looking at it, looking at the little details on the guitar, such as the dots on the side of the neck. They obviously look hand painted to me when you get in there really close and look at them. As well as the finish, it's not perfect. It's not super glossy. It's kind of a matte finish on it. And the wood is, you know, it's not like the greatest looking piece of wood either. It's got like kind of dark spots on it here and there. But, you know, it's really cheap. It's $99. This was one of the most expensive guitars I could find on the Glarry website, and so that's another reason why I picked this one. The neck itself has like a handmade feel to it. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. Like, I used to have a friend that made guitars a long time ago, and it reminds me of a guitar, once he got pretty good at making guitars, that he would have made. The action on the neck feels pretty nice. It's pretty low, but it just has like a handmade guitar type feel and look to it. Even if you look like very closely at the headstock, you can tell that it's sort of been hand sanded here. You know, maybe they could have spent a little more time doing it, but again, it's $99. I'm sure they're not going to spend ages on these things because they do have to make a profit. The machine tuners seem fairly decent. The inlay, it does have like a kind of a white inlay around the edge of the guitar. And again, just kind of like a handmade, homemade type inlay on there. It just reminds me of a project guitar. I don't know how else to say it. It's weird. Like, you would expect a lot of times these like really cheap guitars come stamped out of a big factory, you know, and they're all pretty much exactly the same. But I have a feeling with this guitar, or if you bought another one of these guitars, they would all be pretty individual as far as their, you know, quality and craftsmanship, because like I said, it's definitely some type of handmade, handcrafted guitar. Although they're not advertising that as like, you know, a feature. Other than that, I think it feels pretty nice. I'm not playing with a pick, and I haven't tuned or anything right now. But, like I said, I'm going to tune it up. I'm going to do a full song with it. But before I do that, let's take a look at the case, because the case, I think, is one of the funniest things about it. First off, it's not very good. It's very thin. There's no padding whatsoever. And the case, I mean, again, $99. You have to take that into consideration. It kind of looks like it's made out of scraps of maybe circus tents or something. Like, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this this kind of candy cane stripe, like, and it's only the inside pocket that's like that. And if we look at the inside of the case, you can see that piece right here that was made, kind of sewn in there, and the cutting, you know, it's not like perfectly straight. I mean, it looks like it's made out of scraps, which I'm fine with that. I mean, if you're recycling, that's also really, you know, it's earth friendly and conscious, but I'm not sure if they intended that when they were making the case. But, you know, it does work for 99 bucks. The zipper seems to be okay on it. It's got, I'll zip it up here. It's got backpack straps as well, so that's handy. And, you know, very basic, generic case, but, you know, it is what it is, you know. So for a very cheap acoustic guitar, it's gonna at least give you something to carry it around in. I would probably get something a little more protective if you really want to travel with it, because that case is definitely not gonna protect you from any damage or anything like that. But other than that, you know, the guitar itself, like I said, it feels good, it sounds good, it seems very solid, even though it does have that kind of handmade feel to it, like I said, but it does feel well made. So I'm gonna go ahead and mic this thing up and play some music with it. I don't even know what I'm gonna play yet. I guess I'll just make something up and we'll see how it does. We'll see how it sounds. So anyway, here we go. Alright, so I'm no acoustic guitar expert, admittedly, but to me this guitar sounds really nice. I'm really happy with the sound I'm getting out of it. I think it feels pretty good, especially like up here in the chord area. The action does get a little bit high when you get up higher on the neck, but almost every acoustic guitar I've had was like that. I will mention that the neck, one thing I forgot to mention, is there's no sharpness on the frets, on the edges, which sometimes on cheaper guitars that can happen. The binding around the neck seems pretty nice. Again, kind of handmade looking and feeling, but I like it. So if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, there's a link down below. You can get it right from Glarry's website. And they have a ton of guitars on there. I mean, it's really ridiculous how many guitars they make and sell for really, really cheap. I've never used any other Glarry guitars. If you have, let me know your experience down below. I'm curious to know what the electrics are like, too, or some of the other acoustics. I really like this one. I'm very happy with the sound I'm getting. And I'll probably expand upon that song that you guys just heard and maybe add a little bit more to it, or maybe just leave it as is. I kind of like with just the 2 guitar tracks like that. Thought it sounded pretty nice. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon and like button, and let me know what you think about the Glarry guitars, and there's a link down below. So once again, thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys really soon. Have a great weekend.